Isaac's so bland. He makes.
Tyler, can you call my mom and put her on a speakerphone?
I'm not. Jason, what are you eating?
Tyler, call my mom and put her on a speakerphone. Call my mom.
I was gnawing on the bone part because there was still some skin left.
He's from Canada.
He's not from Canada. He's from Minnesota.
Oh, I forget.
You know what Minnesota's part of?
Canada?
The Midwest.
What?
You know what this is? This is Up What You Think, the Midwest Only Drunk Paranormal Podcast. We are so drunk tonight. We went to the cigar bar before we came here. We even have a special guest with us. I'm going to wait to announce him. Josh is making some coffee right now in the microwave, but I am joined by my perilous co-host, Isaac Sagafis.
Hello.
My androgynous co-host, Josh Quinn.
I don't even know what I am.
My stinky co-host, Jason Smith.
I'm not going to lie, you went out of order at that, and I was about to get offended, but I think I'm more offended now.
And our special guest, William Jackson. Woo! That's all he's got to say. He's a man of many words, except there's not a lot of words there. We are blessed today. I got some engine oil gin in my pocket right now, but we are blessed today because Jason brought us a spooky story. Take her away.
Oh, wait, hold up. Isaac wants to say something.
Say something, Isaac.
I don't know what you're going to talk about, Jason, and I'm intrigued, baby. I don't care if you're Canadian. I want to hear it.
I'm not Canadian.
Okay, keep talking about whatever doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, it's not even like that spooky. It's just I don't know. It's more just weird history.
I like weird history.
About Canada?
I'm not Canadian. I don't have Canadian history.
Why does he keep saying that?
You
I
keep
like
saying it.
Right.
He keeps saying that. Go ahead, Jason.
All right. So I know how much you love Iowa. So we're going to take you on a trip.
Why did
Iowa.
he say that? Like, I actually like... Josh, do you like Iowa? Tyler?
I like what I saw in Iowa.
Will?
Nah.
All right, carry on.
Okay, so it actually has nothing to do with Iowa, but
What?
I don't like...
Yeah, that just actually hurt.
I don't know. Isaac seemed to really love our last Iowa episode. So
I did.
So this is about a guy near and dear to my heart, and not actually, but I was like forced to write a report on him at some point in a history of Michigan class. So I'm going to make you all suffer the kind of like damage that I had to deal with for this one.
Oh, God.
But it's very weird. How often do you have a guy in your state legislature actually on the record referred to as a king as his title?
I wouldn't know.
Not very often.
Yeah, because
There's no king of the corn in Nebraska?
Nope.
That sounds like a very good like state fair kind of thing. Would be like the corn king kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
the butter king.
how do they not have that? All right, so we're going to be talking about James Strang, the King of Beaver Island.
So you brought up this guy.
Yep, so I brought him up in a past episode. This is just one of those weird things about like history in the Midwest where it's just like, how often is there like some guy who not only proclaims himself king, but has enough people to kind of go along with it and just it works. So James Strang was born in 1913 out there in New York, kind of, in the Finger Lakes area, like west central, like New York. I don't know, nothing too special over there. So like working household, parents moved there in the youth, that kind of thing. He was like not the most healthy kid. Like he was kind of
scabies
like, well, I guess
back then.
in that day it was
Probably
just kind of
herpes.
like generally sickly kind of thing. Like, I guess he went to school up to the age of 12 and he said something about where he had about...
There was a bad wind that came through and
it's
knocked him out.
Pretty haunting.
Windows open.
So I guess he only was like in school for like a total of maybe like somewhere between like 6 and 9 months from like when he started to about 12.
Is that really?
Yeah,
6 to 9. That's it.
That was not intentional, but that's about like what different things say. He had a very
Great article.
Personal, like well-kept diary, which was like kind of weird, where he'd also like complain about how like his teachers were actually like, not that smart, and he would just kind of like sit around laying and thinking and stuff like that.
So he was able to lie down in class on thinking.
No, like he just when he was like
Fourth
too
grade.
sick to go to school, he'd just be like laying out in like the fields and stuff like that.
Interesting.
I am now laying here sickly
I am now contemplating
I'm dead.
that Mr. Thorogood doesn't actually know what 2 + 2 means.
I'm dead.
He just says it's 4, but
from
he's
New
not
York, though.
really thinking that
Exactly.
it's 5.
Hey, you guys, I'm thinking about this, eh?
I'm dead.
Being from New York, nowadays it's the Empire State, but he used to always think about how he would be some kind of like significant person in the world, like a Caesar, Napoleon, and like he was regretting like off like in his diary up until his like teens and everything, how he was just like, man, I haven't really done much with my life. So
Yeah, I'm not even a dictator yet. What the heck?
yeah,
Is that where
he,
it's going?
he didn't want to be like a farmer anymore. So he went off, taught himself law and everything like that.
How do you teach yourself law?
This
I'm
was like-
done
this-
growing corn.
This was the 1800s. So like while he was like doing that and not wanting to be a farmer, basically he was like also a on the side school teacher, clerk, newspaper editor, and like you know how it was in the 1800s when it's like you could be like a
You're a
doctor,
Dr.
geologist, and
I'm a doctor barber.
you have like 80 different titles, and you're also like governor of a territory kind of thing. Like
he's
you're
like,
just,
hey, I'm the only guy in town who knows how to read. Give me all your jobs.
I don't think that's quite the accent he had, but
I'm
can go with it.
Canadian.
Can you prove that he didn't?
I can't do that. So putting himself like through the bar, which he actually ended up passing and everything in New York at the age of like 23. So like that was like 1836, give or take. So he was like really active in like civics, really good with like rhetoric. He was very well like an orator, really good at talking, great publisher, like I said, and really involved with like the newspaper and everything around there, and a lot of like public arguments and blah 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 that really kind of like helped him like lay the groundwork for like him being a very good like persuasive person, putting himself out there as a like almost like larger than life, and just like really good with putting himself out there. I don't know. I think
Sounds like Tiger King.
you're probably not too far off.
Will's a good listener.
Is this the story of Joe Exotic?
Can we say that?
I mean, it's not quite. Stop.
No, man.
I can't help that.
I'm just tooting over here.
I know.
No,
I'm
it's like tooting over here.
So he was like raised a Baptist and
Gross.
ended up being kind of like a minister. And at like some point,
What's that
he ended up, I think it was like around like the early 1940s, like ran into Joseph Smith and something
1840s.
1840s.
That's what Jason said, but sure.
He said 1940s.
I could have sworn it
He
said
said
18.
1840s.
Did he not just say Jason Smith?
Joseph
Smith. No
None
relation.
None of you guys know how to listen. He said 1840s, Joseph Smith. Carry on, Jason.
Okay, so
But he was born in 1913.
Oh.
1813 he was born.
Look at how confused he is.
We got it.
So confused. Oh,
All right.
sure.
Okay,
1813, 1840.
The dates don't matter.
Joseph Smith.
Please
Yeah.
comment on any wrong date we
yeah, if there's any kind of like time continuum things that are just horrible, or how many times I say like, just comment them, and
We will
like,
have time travelers.
Yeah.
If you count how many times Jason said like in this episode, and you can tell us correctly, Jason will cut off his left nut.
I'll feed it to my parakeet.
He's got 3, so he's got 1 to spare. Keep going, Jason.
All right, so he ran into Joseph Smith. I guess something about like him and his magnetic personality just really
Hey,
helped
I just
him.
made up all this stuff, and the FBI is hunting me down. You want to do that too?
Why not? Let's go for it. Are you a sports bettor too? Because I guess they're cracking down on all that nowadays.
Hey, talking about a parakeet. If anybody sees a parakeet in the Middleton area, please contact us. There is a missing parakeet.
What?
It's a
Cut his mic.
Sorry, it's a cockatoo.
Who was talking about a parakeet?
Cut his mic.
No, we brought up a parakeet.
I just
So
said.
are like
Did
the
I say that?
cockatiels like the ones that have
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yep.
feathers on top
you
of the
see
head?
talking Mohawk birds, please call Will.
Did I say something about that?
This episode is going to come out like 4
You're gonna
months
feed
later.
his left nut to your parakeet.
Please don't.
But there truly is a poor bird lost in the woods. right
Well, this episode's
gonna
coming
get
out in
cold.
like 3 months. It's going to be winter by then. That poor
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
bird.
this is
He's
gonna
dead.
come up like a month from now. The bird's dead. Next question.
All right.
All right.
So
Joseph Strang.
my James Strang.
James Strang,
I
Joseph Smith.
I keep saying Joseph a lot, but that's probably the Joseph Smith thing. But James Strang, 1913. We took a little trip.
He just said 1913.
1814.
We're making a joke.
That's
We're
1814.
making a joke.
I don't know what's going on.
All right, we can do that.
All right, we're gonna power through.
We can do that. I believe in us.
Okay, so
We're trying.
James
This is
Strang
bad.
converted to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Lazarus.
Words.
Day Saints.
The OG LDS with Joseph Smith, like way back when.
Like
And
LGBTQ of the back days.
basically, yeah, right?
The Mormons.
No.
We like our LGBTQ plus IAR
Plus LD.
LD
Oh, we're screwed.
MCSARL listeners.
MNOP.
LMNOP, Will says.
AOL.
We love everybody that listens to us.
Okay, gonna power through this. James was actually personally baptized by Joseph Smith. So, like, those two were very tight.
for
So they
him.
you
And
just
then-
dunked him in the river?
Basically. And it was about like a month later, he was actually ordained as like an elder in the church by Joseph's brother.
Alda.
An elder.
Was he fully naked when he was baptized?
I don't think that matters.
I'm not sure. I'm not that familiar with the
Does
customs.
he wear the special
but
underwear?
I,
I
there have
assume
been
so.
divisions of
What?
the church since then.
They wear special underwear in the Mormon church.
So
But
if
it's
there
your head. It's not your body.
It's the everything.
Really?
Yeah.
My head got baptized. That's why I'm smart.
He is the
Yeah.
smartest one of the podcast.
Hello.
So, for any of those history nerds out there who seem to recognize about 1844 when my homeboy James got baptized, you will know that it was a little bit after that little incident in Carthage, Illinois happened where Joseph Smith and a bunch of the other kind of like heads of that church, there was a little mob incident and they kind of died. So, we'll just kind of like,
So
Womp, womp, womp.
you're
Womp,
telling
womp.
me there's a Joseph Smith,
yes.
Yes.
unrelated to you,
Yes.
Yes.
in your next door neighbor state of Illinois.
Yes.
That's not the next door neighbor state.
Close
You
enough.
know, like,
Michigan.
like-
Canada and Illinois basically touch each other.
Second cousin 3 times removed kind of thing, but you know.
So you're not related to this guy.
I'm a Smith, of course we are.
So you baptized him.
Yes.
That's not how this works.
I'm time traveled. That's how I'm so good with the fact check.
1913.
Carry on.
We took a
I
little
only
trip.
had 2 questions. Carry on.
All right. So following like Joseph Smith's murder, there were a kind of like,
Wait, he got murdered?
yes.
Did I miss that part?
Legal definition is lynched, but
How did he die?
He
Like
lynched.
Josh said,
He got
lynched.
lynched.
he was
Why?
lynched?
Gosh, why? Is that
Because
a
he
real?
was Mormon.
The
That's
people,
a separate episode, and
Yeah,
I don't
you
think we'll
can't
actually
ask-
get
we're
into
not
it.
Why?
we
This
probably
one.
won't actually.
There's actually like a Amazon series or something like that.
Will, we cannot legally tell you on air
I
why.
think-
We can tell you why we think that off air.
Oh.
I'll draw you a picture with this pen here. Real quick.
Okay.
let
But
me- anyway.
basically, like,
Anyway.
the church split amongst like 3 people. The main guy was like Brigham Young, that a lot of people know, and
yeah.
he took a bunch of his homeboys out to the desert into Utah. There was another guy like Sidney Riggin who brought a handful, or like probably like a good chunk of the rest of them into Pennsylvania. But then there was my man James Strang, who was really kind of like a new face on the block. Like he had only been around for like a handful of months. And like he was trying to like put himself out there. And there is allegedly, or I guess not allegedly, but there is a letter actually at Yale that is like postmarked from like Nauvoo, like Illinois and everything, that has like Joseph Smith saying like, this guy is my successor. He will be the head of the church, everything like that. And a lot of people in the Mormon church have tried to like refute it, blah, blah, blah. But it's like the postmark has actually come out as like legit penmanship.
I've
People have-
never heard. So we have BYU
Yes.
named after Brigham Young.
Yes.
Is there a university named after Mr. Strang?
Well, we're going to get into.
Whoa!
Yeah.
There were a couple thousand people who ended up following him and believed a lot of what he was putting forward. So his main thing, like to help kind of like advance it as the new guy on the block, was like his big prophetic calling. So like a lot of the things that Joseph Smith had was he was like the main prophet, seer, revelator, and translator. So like how he translated the plates and the whole 9 yards. Allegedly. So he kind of wanted to like really build on his claim to succession and follow in the footsteps by like kind of like following a lot of those. So while like Brigham Young brought his homeboys out to the desert, like,
How many burial mounds did he dig up looking for more plates?
well, we're gonna get into that.
I think Isaac just threw a knife or something at Josh.
Was that a talking knife?
Hit him in the eye.
Do we need like a
different
medical
episode,
break
Josh.
You
here?
okay?
What was that?
Yourself.
Before you lick yourself.
But here's the thing. It is a different episode.
Sorry, I was triggered.
Okay. So Strang then announced in like January of like 1845 that God had promised to lead him to an undiscovered chronicle of a long lost American people. And this was going to prove that he was the true successor. So around like September 45, an angel came to him and told him that, hey, like the record of where my people are from is going to be in this spot.
So the angel was Native American,
It was just an angel. I don't know if it was or wasn't.
but his people in America.
And this
Native.
ties into Aztalan.
Well, it wasn't around Aztalan,
Wait.
but it was about 10 miles east of a previous episode, the Beast of Bray Road.
Oh, this is Wisconsin.
He ended up bringing the
And, like,
people into
Janesville?
Wisconsin.
Whoa!
So it was actually in Burlington, Wisconsin.
What?
So
Yeah, seriously,
He-
Jason. Way to throw that on all of us. Give me a hug. Come here. Touch me. Come here. Okay.
I don't know. Like our mic stands don't really help for a hug, but I'll get that later. So he ended up bringing 4 witnesses to like the place where the angel said to do it, and there were some large oaks
did
on
it?
this hillside.
I caught
and
that
then-
too.
Before he ended up doing anything, he told the people like, "Hey, look around this area. Does anything look weird? Anything like that?"
Jimmy's scratching
And
his
they-
balls over there.
Basically, like looked over and it was just like I don't know, just random dirt. It's a hill. Like there's some oaks nearby. It's completely undisturbed. So then he went digging, and about 3 feet down, covered up in this like kind of like clay bundle, were these like
Wait, excuse me.
yes,
Why did he start digging?
that's where the angels told him to dig for the promised
Okay.
land.
So, wait, back up 1 second,
Yes.
please. So there's people just standing around, right?
No, he brought like
Why are
4
you
people
speaking in
as
a
like
British accent?
witnesses.
And these are morons?
Yeah.
Mormons.
Mormons. No, Will. So imagine you rolling up there with.
there goes our funding.
So you're gonna roll up there.
Yep.
Jason, am I right?
Exactly.
You're from Canada. So
Adam Sandler.
you're gonna bring us nice young chaps here that are obviously sober and
But
smart.
to be
Gonna
fair, like you
stab-
guys believe me when I'm saying that, hey, you all saw the letter from Joseph Smith.
No,
He
I'd
said
be
that
like,
I'm
hey,
the leader.
look what this Canadian showed me.
Well,
I
you guys followed
Yeah, I got teeth.
in this situation, like you guys followed me, believed in me, and I'm like, hey, the angels told me to go here. You guys, you 4 are my
Okay,
witnesses.
This is a hypothetical
So,
situation.
am I a disciple?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Sure.
Well, no, we totally would follow you, but we would
So we're-
have a
yeah,
couple of
so we're
these,
standing-
Exactly.
and we'd be
we're
like, oh.
We're drunk off of our asses, standing around a hill in Burlington.
And it obviously, like, the sod is like,
And you
Oh,
just
yeah, I believe
just
you. You're
point-
my messiah.
and you
whatever
just
you are.
point the shovel
yeah.
at a spot in the hill
Yep. And I
and
did
start digging.
and
And
we're
then I
just
find, like,
giggling
this
the whole time.
kind of like thing covered in clay. We break it open, and there are some kind of like bronze tablet inside.
Hell yeah.
Or it might have been brass. It was bronze or some copper alloy, something like that inside. So there are like 3 of them in total, things on both sides. So like 6
What language?
faces total. It's weird, but my man James could translate it.
Who's James?
Strang?
James Strang,
The
That's
guy
a cool ass name.
right? It's really cool.
It's not that cool because I can't even
Nope,
talk about it.
Nope. Carry on.
So the 4 guys that were with later testified that they could discern no evidence of digging or other disturbance on the ground. And unlike the golden plates that Joseph Smith found that made the Book of Mormon and the basis of everything, Like Strang's plates were verified by an independent non-Mormon
Wait, so
witnesses.
he found plates too?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Because he was the spiritual
In
successor.
Wisconsin.
The angels told him that in Wisconsin he would find the plates.
So they
Wait.
had a whole series of grave robbers.
Wait, we were talking about Mormons this whole time?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Is
Yeah.
there Mormons
Wait,
here
are we in Utah?
Yes.
still?
Yes.
Will, that's what I'm talking about.
We'll get
Is
to
that
that
the
later.
Amish people?
No.
We're going to get into that.
Where are
It
they?
needs to be on every one of the others. Will's now a part of our podcast.
Yeah, hell yeah. I
Okay.
like having this.
Okay,
Where
but
are the
seriously,
Mormons?
There's Mormons
Utah.
in Wisconsin.
Yes.
They found plates in
Are-
Wisconsin.
They did.
Why do they
Right
find
outside
plates?
of Burlington.
Did they find them
What?
elsewhere
The-
too, like
what's
in
the-
I've
Utah?
never heard about this.
I
What's
didn't know
the-
this.
Not to my
Sorry.
knowledge, at least.
Jason.
I'm not a Mormon expert.
Jason.
Huh.
Jason
One at a time, boys.
Canada. Is that your last name?
Very interesting.
Jason Canada, yes.
I didn't know that your type was here.
Are you a Mormon?
I'm not a Mormon.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Sorry.
You mean moron like Will said before?
So there was morons here? Yeah.
So Mormons found plates, and then the
You
Jesus
have to-
people found plates,
Well,
Dude, see, those are Christians.
but they found plates.
No, Christians never found plates.
Joseph Smith first found the golden plates in like upstate New York or something like that, and that started like his thing. So he was like the head of church, and everything came from those plates, and he was very selective about who saw them because he was the only one who translated them, and a lot of people couldn't
Will's
verify
confused.
the
He has
plate.
more
They're
questions.
gold plates.
The gold
Yes.
plate
But Wisconsin
Will-
was bronze plates.
or brass.
Or brass.
Some
brass.
copper.
You like
Will,
me something
Will
else than
thinks
light.
that he's
Sorry.
comparing them to the Ten Commandments.
And then Ten Commandments were stone plates.
Yeah,
Correct.
Well, fuck,
So,
I would probably
ask
go with
another-
the gold plates.
Okay, now you're
She's
Mormon.
she's
What?
mother
Mormon.
He's got some stone ass plates.
All right.
Josh, close your cupboard. It's
Okay.
bothering me.
So like
What the heck?
I-
So now-
even after the 4 like homeboys that he rolled up with, there were also a couple of independent people afterwards who verified that like, yes, these are the plates and they're real. And weirdly enough, one of the non-Mormon independent people who saw it was like, his name was Christopher Latham Scholes, who, believe it or not, was the guy who invented the typewriter and had the QWERTY thing and who designed all that.
He's the motherfucker.
in Wisconsin?
Yeah,
He's the
Hell
motherfucker.
yeah.
that guy died
How
in Milwaukee.
does this
so-
Canadian son of a know more about our state than we do?
I'm just saying. So it's like
All right.
they have the
Kevin!
guy who invented like the typewriter verified like these plates are real. He's seen them and like all of like the facsimiles that currently exist
Do we know
are
what,
real.
Do we know
Okay.
what to say?
Okay, this ended up turning
Yeah.
into the most crazy episode because I
Seriously,
never.
Jason, I'm going to come
Okay.
over there and give you a hug real
Okay,
quick.
but Jason, I'm going to need you to jump like 20% ahead to get to like the crazy part.
This is crazy?
Wait,
What are
that's
you
not
saying?
the
That's not
crazy part?
crazy.
That's not the crazy part.
So
Isaac is currently hugging Jason and,
I
I'm
appreciate
impressed.
it.
That's good.
and mildly molesting him.
there was no mild molesting.
It was straight up.
But so like even like Joseph Strang would be James Strang, unlike Joseph Smith, he would like whenever people would ask to see the plates, he'd just like whip them out and like
Whip them out.
basically. And it wasn't up until about like the really late like 1890s or early 1900s that they just kind of like went missing after that. But that was like long after my man died. So,
But
like,
okay, so
Hey.
he just pull out the plates.
yeah, like whenever somebody would be like, "Hey,
Wait,
like,
how big were they?
they're not very huge." I
Kinda
think
look
it's
like
like
a
Holding up
pointer.
your hands, but
Yeah.
I just have to ask, why do you keep referring to him as my man?
it's just
So
Okay.
Ask
I'm
him about my
drunk right
wiener.
now.
Jason, Jason, can you get to the part where Mr. Strang earns the title of king?
Okay, so he has a
Huh.
lot of people in there, and that suddenly all like he brings all of his followers into around Burlington, Wisconsin. Needless to say, a large influx of people. They probably aren't a huge fan of the Mormons. Plus, that really like jacks up land prices.
having
There's-
Mormons.
Well, everyone's trying to buy a lot of land.
The-
It's like
They want to be in the
The
promised
local
land.
Wisconsinites decided to drive out the new founded polygamist colonies that were coming up around Burlington.
I'm
at
gonna
this
start
time,
selling a lot of real
he
estate in the
wasn't really
province.
huge into polygamy, though.
Hey, what's the thing that's better than 2 wives, 2 knives?
2 knives.
Hey.
4 wives!
So
I gotta
because
be
of like
honest,
some
I'm pretty
friction with like the
happy right now.
locals, rising land prices, and blah blah blah, there's this nice piece of land in the middle of Lake Michigan that is a part of the new state of Michigan.
Land.
How is the land in Lake
Iowa.
Michigan? Is that an island?
It's an island.
Iowa.
It's actually a pretty sizable island if you're going to pull it up. The Iowa's not there, but
Oh.
so it's called Beaver Island, and it's
Oh wait, this brings us to the beginning of the
This
episode.
Yep.
is what he was trying to get at the whole time.
Man.
I thought that the whole plates thing is like wild.
That's the craziest
So
part, yeah.
like I had to talk.
So then he called himself the King of Beaver Island, I imagine.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
How'd that work out for him?
There's
also
a boner landing there.
there is
He's not
that.
joking. He's looking it up.
So before I get too far, like if you do want to look up the plates, look up the Voree plates, like Voree and then plates. I hope you can spell that.
I can't.
Well, that's your problem.
Oh.
But like you can find like copies of facsimiles and stuff like that people took way back in the day, and like they have like the translations and about the whole story of like the Indian who transcribed them and everything like that, which honestly itself could be a different episode. But we love you listeners. We're gonna ask you to put in a little legwork if you're really that curious. Maybe we'll cover it later. Who knows?
Probably
but-
not.
I just want to point out that on the island, there's the big birch and the big rock. And someone had to say that after spending a lifetime of seeing small rocks, seeing the big rock really truly changed their life.
We all love big rocks.
He's from Nebraska.
I would like
What
to.
is he talking about? Why
All
is
right.
everyone treating him like that was a normal
People
thing
in-
to say?
Jason,
Okay.
you got 30 seconds to finish this.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting into it
Choke
now.
yourself.
All right. So he created his whole de facto like theocratic community, and he actually like went through the full coronation. That was about 1850. 300 people were there at the coronation, where he had a very bright red flannel, a robe topped with a white collar, black
sombrero.
speckles. He had a crown made out of tin, because, you know, we're obviously very humble people.
The
There were-
man had brass plates and he's making crowns out of tin.
And
well,
brass
there were a bunch of
balls.
like glass like jewels and stuff in it, but you know, he's a humble guy. You know, shiny metal ring, cluster of glass stars in the front is like how it was described. He also had a really awesome breastplate on and a wooden scepter. So
I
that
like
sounds
that.
pretty fucking badass to me.
He sounds
Sorry
like,
about the language, but I feel like that does
he sounds like a level 5 RuneScape character.
right.
Looking for GF.
Dude, is anybody trimming armor here?
I'm trimming some pubes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So something about like his little sect of the church, the date of his coronation, July 8th, is mandated as one of the two most important dates in the Strangite church year, the other being April 6th, which is the anniversary of the founding of Joseph Smith's church. Oh, that is a very big rock. That's
Yeah.
so
We'll
cool.
still stop.
Why is he showing us?
All right,
I know
anyway,
that was a-
Jason, we're
No,
at 28 minutes.
No. Hold on. Jason, how did King Strang die?
So
Holy terrible.
something about him coming in with a bunch of Mormons and then kicking out a bunch of the Irish fishermen who were already there kind of pissed off a lot of people.
So they
So
they
they're-
didn't just inhabit an uninhabited island. They took over an inhabited fishing island.
It was Ireland.
And there were a lot of, other Mormons were sleeping with other Mormons people. A lot of people getting
Yeah.
excommunicated.
that's
and
what
he
they
ended up
do.
making...
That's the whole point of Mormons.
Is it?
Don't sleep with other people's like
Is
wives
it?
kind of thing. You know,
Isn't
like
that what Mormons do?
adultery, bad.
All right, okay.
So-
keep going. Keep it. We're almost there, Jason.
I know. I'm sorry. There's so much I want to talk about right
Are we
now
talking about
because this
ghosts?
is so near and dear. It's just cool history. So he had his whole coronation, blah, 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 pissed off a lot of people. He also owned the newspaper. And because of that, like he would also be like, we laugh at these bitter threats and everything like that. He would just put that out in the newspaper about whenever people would be like posting threats at him. He would just like,
So
Call it out.
Not only did he declare himself a king in America, not long after we had gotten rid of a king, he also was taunting people in the local newspaper.
to be fair, this was like 80 years after we got rid of the other king.
Okay, that's good banner. Jason.
I know. I'm sorry if this is long, but it's cool. I really like it.
Just like my wiener.
So he also would be
That's
like,
not long.
even just like days before his murder and everything, spoiler alert, he refused to have bodyguards, carry firearms, or any kind of like self-defense. So Monday, June 16th, 1856, Well, he was hanging around the dock at St. James, which is like one of the main cities and harbors, kind of like, I guess city is a bit of an overstatement, but one of the chief ports like on that island. Some of the dudes that he ended up excommunicating and kind of spurning a little bit may or may not have shot him in the back. He was hit 3 times. 1 bullet grazed his head, another lodged in his cheek, and the third lodged in his spine, paralyzing him from the waist down.
Sounds like a suicide to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of the assassins then pistol whipped him before
Still
hopping
sounds like a suicide.
Shut up.
These are the guys who weren't okay with the polygamy.
Yeah, like I said, they were excommunicated. I skipped a lot of other stuff about how he may have pissed off some other guys, but he was actually a very good politician and really helped shape a lot of like the counties and townships of the northern like Lower Peninsula.
Oh, you don't want to
He
go
actually
to that
did a lot of
island.
good work. He actually did a lot of good work. out there.
You don't
All
want
right.
to go to that island.
So
on that island,
after
they bang your wife.
pistol whipping dudes, like the assassins like went onto another vessel and claimed sanctuary, and there's a lot of conspiracy about if the captain of that vessel was in on it or not. But either way, after getting shot 3 times, the King of Beaver Island was then taken back to Wisconsin, sailed back where he just kind of like lived half claimed life for like 2-3 weeks before dying at the age of 43. So the dudes who ended up taking the assassins kind of like refused to bring them into like the sheriffs because they may or may not have been in on it, but they also didn't really care about killing some Mormon dude. But eventually they ended up finding their way into like the Mackinac Island jail. And I'm using that very loosely because the sheriff there just kind of like left them in an unlocked area. And it was just kind of like a very mock trial. And at the very end of it, they were just kind of like each charged like $1.25 for court fees. And everything was just kind of like swept under the rug. So like they just kind of wanted to get rid of them. After that, the Irish fishermen just kind of swung back in, pushed all the Mormons back into like Wisconsin. They ended up like wrangling up a bunch of like steamers, like steam powered ships and everything. They ended up hiring a bunch to like come to the island. They basically stole everything from the Mormons on the island, shoved them onto these ships, and then just put them back in Wisconsin. And we're just like, not our problem anymore. Get off our island. So there were about, at that time, maybe like 2,600 people that they just kind of like shoved onto these ships and took their stuff. The rest of them like kind of like ended up back in that area, like a little bit east or I guess west of Burlington. And there's still like a couple hundred of them maybe around there. Like they have like a little church over there
of Mormonism now?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And I think their website is still up there and they're like, well, if you actually look, like the number of people in it doesn't really matter. Jesus only had 120 followers. So when he started, and that's even like what their website says.
That's not very many. We have like 1,600.
What kind of weird snake wrangling church do you go to?
Huh?
Oh,
No, I think he's talking about followers on Facebook.
Oh, band
Exactly.
followers.
Oh.
Band followers. Okay. Anyway, this is a long episode. Thank you for sticking around. Isaac, what do you think? Do you think this guy found all those tablets and you think he was a nice guy?
No. Why would he? No. None of this makes any sense to Isaac. You're talking about a lawyer who doesn't even speak English. He's probably French.
He spoke English. He was born in New
whatever
York.
you say.
So Isaac's not a good listener. Will, what do you think of this story?
I think he's a real dude, but I really want to know what happened to the tablets and what language it was in.
It's not real.
Josh, what do you think?
This will play into a future Aztalan episode.
That's my house.
But the plates are real. They're just lying about what they say.
Oh, Jason, what do you think?
I mean, he's a real guy. He's in the legislature. He actually like ended up passing like or being a part of like 5 laws that passed that he put up in front of legislature. So it's like he's there. It's a cool story. And like I said, near to dear in my heart because I would like had to report on this like way back in the day.
But you believe in the tablet part.
Yes.
Okay.
Like they had the dude who
Where
made the
are they?
typewriter. They got lost in like 1900s or so, like early 1800s.
How do you lose a tablet?
Because the Smithsonian was collecting them.
Basically.
And we'll wait for another episode for that. I'm Tyler Quinn. I think it's almost time for bed. Maybe we'll talk about another guy in another episode tonight, but we're real drunk. This is Up What You Think.